ladies and gentlemen, Amira. Welcome back to Colossus here at the magnificent south coast of British professional wrestling excellence. And talking about British professional wrestling excellence, this delightful, delectable technical assassin is Jordon Breaks. Yes, indeed. The Lossy Posse's favourite son, and indeed Fannic's favourite son, Jordon Breaks, the technical ace, on his way to ringside, indeed, on his way to the ring for a six-man tag team matchup. Trios action to open up things here at Feed 'em the Gulls. Feed 'em to the Gulls, shall I say. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordon Breaks is in the absolute excellence of his career right now. Talk about putting a run together, of course. Somebody I know very well from Rumble Wrestling, just up the road, and you want to talk about somebody who matches the energy and the excellence of Jordon Breaks in his singles career so far. The premium tag team of professional wrestling, TK Cooper, Chuck Mambo, the Sunshine Machine has arrived here at St. John's Church and Community Centre. And of course, the Lossy Posse are excited to see them. What a trio this is. Jordon Breaks and the Sunshine Machine tag team royalty. I've had the pleasure and the honour of witnessing, calling and capturing many of the Sunshine Machine and Jordon Breaks matches. You're in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen. The energy is palpable here. Feed 'em to the Gulls is sold out, ladies and gentlemen. Back-to-back sellouts for Colossus. Frankly, when you see the level of excellence, the level of quality that we're putting on here, it's not hard to understand why Colossus is the big talking point, especially when it comes to Southeast professional wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, RMC certainly doesn't have much that's good to say about the Sunshine Machine and Jordon Breaks' opponents here tonight, and that is fairly understandable, to be honest. Bad attitude runs with bad blood here at Colossus, and none more so than this individual. Yes, indeed. We've already seen Pulley Adams here at Colossus and already showing quite a nasty attitude and a real indignation towards our audience. No denying the palpable charisma of the rockstar Pulley Adams, a legit rockstar in his own right, especially as far as fan is concerned. Punk rock attitude from a punk, ladies and gentlemen. I know Pulley Adams quite well, actually. I've had the privilege of facing Pulley Adams quite recently down at Phoenix Promotions, and his attitude runs real deep in professional wrestling, and despite being a relative newcomer on the scene of professional wrestling, already making quite the mark for himself. Not exactly endearing himself to the Lossy Posse, might I add. Of course, this is a six-person tag team matchup. We have a surprise individual joining Team Adams tonight. Not this individual, although this is most definitely going to be a surprise if he catches you in the mouth, because ASHMORE is one of the more dangerous and well-known individuals on the British circuit, a well-travelled and well-accomplished professional wrestler with a real bad attitude to match Pulley Adams. ASHMORE has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. St. John's and the Lossy Posse. And it's exactly receiving him very well at all. Anyone who's associated with Pulley Adams at this point is not going to receive well by the Lossy Posse here at Colossus. Being said, obviously, Jordon Breaks especially will know all about ASHMORE. Nobody studies the tape better than Jordon Breaks. He really is one of the best, if not the best, wrestlers in the world today for a good reason. As we know, and the Lossy Posse will know better than anybody else, that here at Colossus, anybody can show up, and it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a soliloquy from Pulley Adams.
Unfortunately, I have some very bad news to say. Can we go to your head? Dee Durant, the other rodent, we had a gig last night. He had 4 beers. He got 2 hammered. Long story short, hey.
4?
No. Long story short, he's at a squat somewhere in Paris. But I have a replacement. I've got my contact.
Does he now?
And I have someone special, all the way from America. I have the leader of the pack, Stephen Wolf.
Well, good God almighty, Pulley Adams has pulled a rabbit out of the hat, ladies and gentlemen, because apparently Stephen Wolf, the leader of the pack, all the way from the United States of America, is going to make a Colossus arrival here. Good God almighty, this is a vicious, venomous, nasty leader of the pack, ladies and gentlemen. The hunt mentality is about to begin because Stephen Wolf is extremely well accomplished and certainly will have an opportunity here to show everybody that Colossus what he is all about. As you can see, 3 very unique, very different looking individuals who are looking to face the hive mind mentality of the Sunshine Team and Jordon Breaks. 6-man tag team action. It'll be very interesting here to see how things are done. But Stephen Wolf really is the X Factor, BWI 500 listed athlete, part of the BW 500 as well. Listed at number 15, so not exactly a scrub by any means. And for anyone following, of course, the leader of the pack, well travelled for the United States. He's also done a stint in Germany. A number of European countries, to be fair. Of course, part of the WXW 16 karat gold excellence as well. And Stephen Wolf very much looking to put the UK on blast while he spends his time over here. One of the longest reigning New Texas World Champions in the history of American independent professional wrestling is Stephen Wolf, and of course ASHMORE. Pulley Adams is somewhat the de facto leader as far as I've been told. Pulley Adams making it very clear to me, I run this team, don't forget I'm the rock star. But ironically enough, severely lacking in experience compared to the other 5 individuals in this matchup. And it looks like TK Cooper is going to start things out with Pulley Adams. Collar and elbow tie-up. Size advantage and power advantage, of course, going to TK Cooper. Waistline takedown with ease. Dumps Pulley Adams right on his keister. I'm interested to know why DD Adams is drunk after just 4 pints. Apparently they don't feel them very strong in the rodents, and whether we'll see DD Adams anytime soon remains to be seen. But right now, the headlock takedown by TK Cooper. Beautiful grapevine of the arms. Kinetic combination and a 2 count only. But the Lossy Posse are all over Pulley Adams and of course have no problem making it very clear what they think of him and his bad attitude as he looks to isolate and gain wrist lock control, shoulder control over TK Cooper, and of course Jordon Breaks will know Pulley Adams, as will TK Cooper very well. Lovely roll up there. Pulley Adams taking a little bit too long, a little bit too much posturing, a little bit too much hot dogging from the rock star.
Let's go TK!
Ironically enough, the very thing that makes Pulley Adams such a great threat is also his biggest weakness, his inability to wrestle without performing or showing off to the audience. Lovely trap. Beautiful wrist-lock control applied by Teeks there to Pulley Adams. And has a look at the up shoulder. Transitions beautifully into the hammerlock. Does TK Cooper, as technically proficient as he is, athletically explosive as he applies a lovely headlock. Pulley Adams escapes. A bit of technique there, and I suppose if you're under the guise of Jordon breaks, or have been at least trained in the beginning by Jordon breaks, you'll have a real good understanding of what it takes to be technically proficient. But TK Cooper didn't become one of the all-time greats of British independent wrestling by allowing people like Pulley Adams to take the nick as he puts him inside and out. Full control by TK Cooper. Pulley Adams once again able to counter as a slippery little devil he is. And now, oh wow, rather unique offense there as he was able to grapevine the arm and then somewhat drove his knee, right into the face of TK Cooper, and that seems to have discombobulated Teeks indeed. And Irish whip out of the corner, beautiful escape over the top by TK Cooper, comes off the ropes, go behind by Pulley Adams, switch by back elbow by Pulley Adams to the face. And now TK Cooper, leg lariat up top, beautiful athleticism, goes flying to the sky, there's TK Cooper.
You guys want to see Jordon?
Who doesn't want to see the technical legend Jordon breaks? Oh, that's a mighty stiff tag, might I add. Chuck Mammoth, he's by that now. That's the Pulley Adams doesn't want none of that. And now the tag is made to Stephen Wolf, and you're going to see what things are all about. Stephen Wolf already pointing out the fact that he owns a pinfall victory over Jordon breaks. Can he do it again? Well, we're about to find out. Lovely go behind. That is exactly the MO, the modus operandi of Jordon breaks. It's technical excellence. Speaking of technical, it's getting beautiful roll through into the hammerlock of his own. And Stephen Wolf is ready to fit in. Good God almighty, like a whirlwind through the legs. Separation there, Jordon breaks, giving him a rope for Doug, goes behind once again, spins him back out. Beautiful monkey flip over the top, and I think even Stephen Wolf, in his premium excellence, is having a hard time keeping up with Jordon breaks. The Houdini of professional wrestling. Oh my God! Lands on his feet to Stephen Wolf and escapes immediately, gets the tag to ASHMORE, who takes an arm drag takedown immediately for his troubles. Well, the pace and the energy here at Colossus is frenetic. This is your opening matchup, ladies and gentlemen. A six-man tag team matchup between Jordon breaks and the Sunshine Machine against ASHMORE, Stephen Wolf and Pulley Adams. Beautiful head scissors takedown. Oh, there goes the hat. The Aussie posse wanted the hat. Oh boy, Stephen Wolf is absolutely beside himself. No idea what he's doing. He's giving one of the audience a lap dance. It's certainly not something that I would want to partake in, that's for sure. Now, Chuck Mambo finally gets the tag, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and ASHMORE cuts him off. Cheap shot to the midsection now, just a club to the back. And ASHMORE hits real hard. Before by that hits the leg appearance. Beautiful up and over. Chuck Mambo, arm drag, but ASHMORE puts the brakes on. Irish whip off the ropes. Chuck Mambo ducks the clothesline, duck the back elbow, puts up a head of Stephen. Beautiful modification of the Japanese arm drag. Absolutely outrageous collision there from Chuck Mambo. I haven't seen offense quite like it. A stiff knife-edged shot just to keep ASHMORE a little bit more honest. Versus Irish whip. Springboard back elbow by Chuck Mambo. Takes to the skies with such relative ease. Patented Sunshine Machine offense here in Fanet's finest of Colossus. And now back elbow by Chuck Mambo. Scales to the second rope with ease. And now up to the top rope. Springboard crossbody. Beautiful athleticism. Penny combination. Stephen Wolf breaks up the pinfall and says, we'll have none of that nonsense. As always, referee Matthew Terry, of course, in charge of the proceedings here. Colossus is, or Colossi, should I say, #1 official, and like there's a bit of trading here. Oh, things are breaking down, and Matt Terry pretty much powerless to enforce the tag team rules right now. Looks like Stephen Wolf and Chuck Mambo are looking to show off their ability on the ropes. What in God's name is going on here? And Chuck Mambo just taking it easy as well. A lot of double posturing here. Oh, wow. Now, TK Cooper and ASHMORE seem to think, hey, what the hell is going on here as they're playing ballast, and now shots being thrown on the lower end and the high end, and oh my God, double Canadian destroyers. Good God almighty, springboard Canadians in stereo from opposite tag team opponents. Steve Wolf goes up and over, lands on his feet. Chuck Mambo drop kicks and lands on the ropes with beautiful ease. Pulley Adams just shoves Chuck Mambo off like the sneaky little rat that he is. And Jordon Break says, I'll have some of that as well, sunshine, and dumps Pulley Adams to the outside. Whatever I say, Jordon Break, with all his technical nous, might be preparing to fly very high in the sky. Suicida Tope. And now, a terminal stretch with a little bit of big strong boy flexing from Jordon Breaks to ASHMORE. ASHMORE able to go, oh my God, able to counter and a hip toss. The lower back of Jordon Breaks collided with the hardest part of the ring. Good God almighty, feed him to the Gulls. You might just have to do so. Jordon Breaks could be broken in half after what was a oh wow, beautiful escape by ASHMORE over the top rope, standing into Curry, takes out Chuck Mambo, sends him back into the middle of the ring. Now slingshots it with a code breaker to Chuck Mambo, catches him flush. Violent collision could be all. Referee Matt Terry in perfect position, but a 2 count. Chuck Mambo able to power out. And ASHMORE with some electric offense there with that slingshot code breaker into the middle of the ring, drawing both his knees straight into the midsection and the lungs and the ribs of Chuck Mambo. Without a corner from Pulley Adams, drives Chuck Mambo into the turnbuckle. Pinfall attempt. Barely a 2 count, and now a PK. The disrespect. Pulley Adams has no respect for anybody, much less the Sunshine Machine. And Steve Wolf is now the legal man in this matchup. Looks in the build-up ahead. Steve just slaps Chuck Mambo around the back of the head. Oh boy, that's he's sort of fired up Chuck Mambo. Oh my God, knife edge chop all the way through the chest of Stephen Wolf, and a big old scooper to apply to Stephen Wolf from Chuck Mambo, but you might have noticed Steve Wolf very slightly there, picking the ankle so ASHMORE can make the blind tag. This is what tag team wrestling is all about fundamentally. Isolating your opponent as he drives both his knees into the chest once again. And after that slingshot code breaker early, you've got to think that ASHMORE has the game in mind. ASHMORE asking for silence. He's not going to get any silence from the Lossy Posse, one of the most vocal and electric audiences in professional wrestling today. Well, once again, just goading TK Cooper, of course. The brotherhood, the lifeblood of Sunshine Machine that these two share. And Chuck Mambo and TK Cooper could never be underestimated, and TK Cooper is not going to stand there and allow Chuck Mambo to be picked apart by a pack of vultures like Pulley Adams, Stephen Wolf, and the legal tag right now that is ASHMORE. Pulley Adams gets the tag in this 6-man tag team matchup as ASHMORE just drives down on the neck of Chuck Mambo, and now once again the middle of that back. It's very obvious that this team has isolated the midsection, the lower back, and of course the rib cage of Chuck Mambo. Sleeper hold applied as Pulley Adams obviously recognising there is a sizable difference between himself and his opponents, and Chuck Mambo over to wipe out both tag team partners, rolls over, gets the legal tag, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes TK Cooper, big old lariat by Pulley Adams. And ASHMORE, back elbow as well to boot. And the Lossy Posse comes alive for big old TK Cooper. Look out. Yo, my God. Exploder suplex with the trap and the kip up. And TK Cooper just absolutely, oh, come on, ASHMORE with a cheap shot to the back end. TK Cooper says, how about a forearm shiver right across that ugly mug of yours, Sunshine? Steve Wolf back suplex into the neck breaker. Beautiful transition, professional wrestling, but Pulley Adams is the legal man, and Pulley Adams recognises that. That hesitation right there may very well be what cost them the opportunity at a win. Stephen Wolf is the legal man. TK Cooper already finds himself in trouble, coming in like a house on fire. referee Matthew Terry desperately trying to regain some order in this six-man tag team matchup. Stephen Wolf just swings for the fence. TK Cooper, no denying the athletic ability. What is rapidly becoming hot property, ladies and gentlemen, on the American independent scene. No doubt we'll be spending a lot more time in Europe as well, as the quality of this professional wrestling cannot be denied. Unfortunately, the attitude certainly can be brought into question. Stephen Wolf has certainly made a name for himself, running all over the United Kingdom, and an opportunity, of course, or will have an opportunity, should I say, very soon, for Rev Pro inside the Doncaster Dome, and that tells you everything you need to know about just how impressive Stephen Wolf is as he continues to dominate on the European tour. And his suplex applied to TK Cooper by Stephen Wolf. Now here comes de facto team leader Pulley Adams. You'll notice this little rap, but he seems to want to get the tag when his opponent is already being debilitated by his much larger tag team partners. I don't think that's much of a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. Rodent by name, extremely dirty rodent by nature. And Stephen Wolf reversed the Irish whip, but TK Cooper crashed into ASHMORE, and now a malfunction at the junction. Wolf accidentally wipes out Pulley Adams. Big scoop slam applied by TK Cooper. He's created some separation. Can he get the tag? Chuck Mambo, of course, looking to rally the Lossy Posse. And now tag made to Jordon Breaks, who is fresh and ready to go. And bad news is coming. Those signs are plenty. The House of Fire has been unleashed. Pour some petrol on it, because Jordon Breaks is good to go here with a scoop slam. Another one applied to Stephen Wolf, and oh boy, Jordon Breaks, when he gets red hot, ladies and gentlemen, damn near unstoppable in British professional wrestling. Oh, go behind, and that patented abdominal stretch. Stretching and flexing is Jordon Breaks, and now Pulley Adams, to his credit, escapes with the hip toss, if not for a moment, but Breaks is back on him again. Beautiful fireman's carry driver. Almost a fit-yes mentality from Jordon Breaks. 2 counts on Pulley Adams, and I have to give Pulley Adams credit. He's got a lot of resilience for a rat. I think Jordon Breaks was looking for a potential submission. Pulley Adams able to escape, and a nasty drop kick to the knee, viciously applied by Pulley Adams, and now that violent double discus lariat right to the back, and now, oh my god, Meteora! Man, Chuck Mambo, that Meteor, oh good god away again, collision as Steve Wolf tries to fake, and a torpedo Samoa headbutt from TK Cooper, the Stephen Wolf wipes him out, and now, oh man, he was looking to build up ahead of Steve. ASHMORE points a runner on the head of TK Cooper, shotgun drop kick right back into the corner, frenetic, frantic offense here at Colossus, and ASHMORE roars, who is the man, and hard to disagree after that, but Jordon Breaks comes thundering in and just wipes out ASHMORE with that roaring back elbow, and good god almighty, a stiff one to Stephen Wolf. Oh, Jordon Breaks, build up better still, oh no, collision, Jordon Breaks accidentally just clarted poor TK Cooper. That rat Pulley Adams was able to escape the sinking ship. Oh man, Jordon Breaks with an accidental strike to TK Cooper has wiped out one half of the Sunshine Machine. Chuck Mambo is desperately trying to revitalise Teeks at ringside. That leaves Jordon Breaks all on his own to deal with this trio of Stephen Wolf, Pulley Adams and ASHMORE, and I think this pack of hyenas have recognised that Jordon Breaks is isolated, and by himself Stephen Wolf cleaning house, ensuring that Chuck Mambo cannot get involved. And now throat thrust to Jordon Breaks, standing into Guri from ASHMORE. One delivered from Stephen Wolf, and oh no, wow! Standing shooting star, what athleticism of Stephen Wolf. Pulley Adams, however, is the legal man, and oh man, and absolutely everything just caved in, and there are just bodies everywhere. 6 men leaving it all in the ring here, and the Lossy Posse are absolutely stunned at what they have seen so far. And this is just the opener, ladies and gentlemen, of Pro Wrestling Colossus feed them to the Gulls. This is your first matchup, and it's a six-man tag match between six of the best walking this earth right now, and ASHMORE and Chuck Mambo are teeing off and drilling each other like a couple of prize fighters. Stephen Wolf now looks to be in big trouble. Backpack, gory, cutter, combination for the Sunshine Machine. Absolutely beautiful fluid tag team offense as you'd expect, and I do believe we might be getting a little bit of a neck breaker coup de grace action from the Sunshine Machine as TK Cooper ascends and then just drives ASHMORE with the assistance of Chuck Mambo into the floor. Man, if the neck wasn't jacked up before that, it certainly is now. Sunshine Machine looking to bring the Lossy Posse into play here, feeding off the energy of the audience here at Colossus. Slingshot stereo to the outside, wipes out Stephen Wolf and ASHMORE. Jordon breaks, rolls back into the ring, and seems like the malfunction at the junction earlier hasn't caused as much damage as we were expecting. Jordon breaks his looker. Pulley Adams, I was wondering where that rag got to. Somehow acquired himself a steel chair. That has not ended well for him. Oh, look now. Styles clash incoming. A mistake and a breaker from Jordon breaks and rolls through the pinning combination. And Jordon breaks. TK Cooper and Chuck Mambo have won it here in an electric six-man tag to open up, feed them to the Gulls. Jordon breaks, I do believe. TK Cooper said, well, careful now. Chuck Mambo saying, let's just relax here, boys. And TK Cooper's still pretty hot about taking a strike, and you can see right there, he's like, keep your hands off me, Sunshine. I'm not impressed. And TK Cooper says, fair enough for now, but very much now TK Cooper is one to forget a stiff shot from his own tag partner in the corner, albeit, for my money, an accident. Nonetheless, it doesn't affect the result, ladies and gentlemen. Your winners here tonight at Pro Wrestling Colossus, feeding to the Gulls, are Jordon Breaks and the Sunshine Machine, TK Cooper and Chuck Mambo.
Is a treasure, one which you all could win. Do you like chocolate? No? Well, do you like what's better than chocolate? Money. Chocolate or money? Chocolate and money! So, left side of the room, past this line onwards. The first wrestler to come out will be your champion. If they win, you're going to get a prize. Okay? That means I want you to cheer them on and feed the other one to the Gulls. On the other side of things, on the right side of the room, the second wrestler to come out will be your champion. If you want what's buried beneath the stage. With all that said and done, are you ready for your champion?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Amira next. Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Colossus, feed them to the Gulls. It's time for a buried treasure match. There'll be treasure in them coastal hills of Thanet. Now this is something I'm so excited to say because I have never had the pleasure of calling this young woman in a match before until right now. Ireland's finest, Anita Vaughan, who has been very unlucky so far in her Colossus run. A couple of very unfortunate, very unlucky results for her, but looking to get off the mark here tonight in a buried treasure matchup. I do believe I recognise a very handsome Matt Raven in the background, capturing the magnificent Anita Vaughan here at ringside. Check out Matt Raven's photography across all the social media. You just type in Matt Raven, and it's pretty much like typing in a world leader at this point. Everybody recognises the greatness of him.
Who will be fighting for you?
Well, of course, one side of the room has the pleasure of supporting Anita Vaughan. The other side of the room will have the pleasure of supporting this young and very effervescent talent. Oh, dear God almighty, look out. And charisma is an understatement. Amira Blair is back in the house at Colossus. Looks like Matt Raven's found himself a very, very big fan of Amira Blair. I'm not surprised. I mean, Amira Blair obviously looks $1 million, and Matt Raven just adds to that shine. And Amira Blair certainly seems to be very excited at the prospect of facing Anita Vaughan here in a very treasure match. And the era of Amira is well and truly on fire. And of course, Amira Blair is about to head off to beautiful, sunny, red-hot Las Vegas to absolutely take over the world for WrestleMania weekend. But right before she does that, well, the energy has absolutely picked up for Amira Blair, and I can't remember the last time I had more fun ever calling a matchup than I did when Amira Blair was in the house last time out here at Pro Wrestling Colossus, and it looks like Anita Vaughan and Amira Blair. This is going to be ferocious, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget. The referee Matthew Terry says ring the bell. One-on-one buried treasure contest here. The winner will not only have access to the buried treasure underneath the ring, but of course their side of the audience will also. It's pretty obvious which side has to support which, and obviously on Amira Blair's side, the right hand side of the ring, at least if you are the MC. Well, it doesn't matter whether you're a fan of Anita Vaughan or not. If you're on that side, you kind of want to support Amira Blair, and I do believe the ladies have the wrong corners. That's neither here nor there. This is going to be a lot of fun. And let's not forget, these are two magnificent women's wrestlers, and now they have the correct side. And obviously, each side will be looking to cheer upon their opponent. And it's very rare that you have a 50-50 split in a professional wrestling audience, and I think that's the whole point. But the Lossy Posse, who are already the most vocal and excitable bunch here at Pro Wrestling Colossus, are going to be red hot for this. What's better than chocolate, ladies and gentlemen? Money. I could have told you that before things started, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, collar and elbow tie. Anita Vaughan and Amira Blair looking to move the immovable. Anita Vaughan seems to be firing back up, and Anita Vaughan displaying what may very well be a slight power advantage in this matchup. And Amira Blair is oh dear, a sidestep by Anita Vaughan, catches Amira Blair coming in. Beautiful clothesline, big old collision, and all the fun and games seem to be over. Roaring, thunderous back elbow into the corner, and ain't nobody doing a Euro like Anita Vaughan. Oh wow, scintillating, one-legged drop kick lariat to the face. Now looking to spice up her side of the audience here at the Lossy Posse. Amira Blair this time with the counter and a stiff kick, and wow, this is one vocal audience, and a vicious rising knee lift from Amira Blair just clamps Anita Vaughan in the corner.
I'm gonna mess you up, girl.
Where is she now? And now got hip check. Using that excellent posterior to her advantage is Amira Blair. And now Joe man, stiff strike to the back, and I think a lot of people.
Who wants me to beat this girl up?
The Irish flavour is on display here between Amira Blair and Anita Vaughan, and absolutely no question that outside of their magnificent and effervescent charisma are two of the best women's wrestlers in professional wrestling today. Amira Blair is raining down blows, and Anita Vaughan looks to be completely, oh, wait a minute, I was going to say she looks to be completely out of it, able to escape from underneath, ducks the clothesline, good God almighty, vicious, open hand, palm strike, but to the side of the head. Anita Vaughan now. Build up ahead of steam, just drives Amira Blair into the corner. And now it's that time of the evening where one side of the audience delights and the other absolutely despises. And dare I say, despite the obvious split in the room, I feel like Amira Blair might still have somewhat of an advantage over Anita Vaughan, especially as I do believe her side of the room has more fans. Shenanigans, some might say. Amira Blair now looking to escape, and well, these two women just swinging for the fences, and this has gone from being a rather sportsman-like contest to an absolute brawl here on the outside. Amira Blair, a vicious knife edge shot right across their chest. Well, Anita Vaughan, we're seeing why she is yet to pick up a win here at Colossus, because ultimately she seems to be on the receiving end of a lot of trouble. Well, of course, this lady's not going to help you out, Amira Blair. She's on the side of Anita Vaughan. This is very disappointing behaviour for Amira Blair. She should expect better while she's in the enemy camp. And Anita Vaughan says, you know what, if you're going to be on my side of things, then you might just have to take the, oh, look out, counter, right into the wall. Standing there looking, oh my God, a vicious strike once again. Amira Blair really has brought the violence here to St. John's, and now just Anita Vaughan once again countering, says, take a seat, pal, and a little bit of chug. Oh, look out. Once again, a knife edge chop right across the chest, and Anita Vaughan, dare I say, having quite a bit of fun right now at the expense of Amira Blair. Anita Vaughan, I think, is very aware that she's on the wrong side, and once again, not entirely sure which side is supposed to be supported. Well, we know which side is supposed to be supported, but if I'm being frank and honest, and I'm sure Colossus management would appreciate it if I'm always honest, Amira Blair seems to be a heavy favourite right now in this matchup. Anita Vaughan backs Amira Blair back first into the side of the ring. Certainly going to loosen up the lower back. Anita Vaughan seems to have found a sign in favour of the era of Amira. Opts not to tear the sign. Then, oh my God! An Irish kiss right across the chinner, courtesy of Amira Blair. That headbutt just echoed around this church and community centre. Well, this young man is being asked to now, oh my God! That young man just quite literally clarted Anita Vaughan. I don't think Anita Vaughan appreciates being battered by Amira Blair's half of the audience. And now, this kid's having a great time, but I don't think he's going to... No, is he going to... Oh, nice little strike to the legs. Maybe he's looking to weaken up the legs for Amira Blair. I have no idea, frankly, what's going on at this point, but... Amira Blair dumps Anita Vaughan back into the ring, and absolute chaos builds up ahead. A steam running senton crushes Anita Vaughan. Pinfall, 2 count since referee Matt Terrian. Amira Blair already looks like a treasure in her own right, frankly. And many people would estimate is the treasure of women's professional wrestling here in Britain right now. But looking for a suplex on Anita Vaughan, but Anita Vaughan looking to base her hips and now looking to respond. Both women able to counter. Oh, Anita Vaughan was almost up there. Some great power on display from Amira Blair. But look at that power. Pop of the hips. Anita Vaughan takes Amira Blair up and over with a standing suplex. Well, referee Matthew Terry has begun the count. Standing 10 count. What happens if we get a double counter? Is that very treasure? Oh, good God almighty. Anita Vaughan just clattered into Amira Blair and vice versa. And now, once again, good God, that is a forearm all the way from downtown. And Anita Vaughan and Amira Blair back up to their feet, just trading strikes, just volleying like a couple of banshees in the night here, looking for buried treasure here in Thanet. Colossus indeed. And now Amira Blair and Anita Vaughan roaring at each other, and a meeting in the middle, double clothesline, wipes out both competitors in the middle of the ring. Once again, with a double count on Amira Blair, despite completely being out, seems to have so much love, so much energy, loves feeding off of the audience. I think it is hard to find anyone with this level of palpable charisma, quite like Amira Blair, but Anita Vaughan certainly could be in the stakes when it comes to matching that. And now a shoulder tackle takes down Amira Blair. It looks like Anita Vaughan is in the ascendancy in our buried treasure match here at Pro Wrestling Colossus. Irish whip counted into the corner, but Anita Vaughan bursts back out with a shoulder tackle once again. The ultimate Irish warrior is getting jacked and ready to finish this contest. Kick to the midsection by a woman's carry up on the shoulders. Amira Blair able to escape. Shoves Anita Vaughan off the ropes, go behind, but walks right in to a whopper. Big boot for the Irish sensation, and now fall away slam incoming from Anita Vaughan, I do believe. Look at that deep squat, great power on display from a great athlete. Fall away slam applied. Man, what a matchup. Feel the energy. Only our second matchup here. 2 count only. Amira Blair only just escaped. Like I said, the crowd is supposed to be split, but overwhelmingly Amira Blair is the favourite here. Or maybe it's just a very quiet half that Anita Vaughan has bagged here in this buried treasure matchup. And now, oh my God, that vicious headbutt right on the chin, and a DDT catches Vaughan flush in the middle of the ring. Amira Blair might very well be closing in on a win here, and it might very well be 0-3 for Anita Vaughan. Spear in the middle of the ring. Could that be enough? Pinfall. Matthew Terry says 2 count only as Anita Vaughan escapes just in time. Well, Japanese stranglehold, I do believe, with the grapevine, or potentially even a modification as such. I think it's actually just a, dare I say, well, it's $1 million clutch. For a woman looking for $1 million payday here for the buried treasure. Obviously, Pro Wrestling Colossus making some serious money at the merch table. By the way, don't forget to check out Pro Wrestling Colossus, of course, on all social media, including Instagram, ladies and gentlemen, where you will indeed see all the updates for all our forthcoming shows. It's Pro Wrestling Colossus on Instagram and, of course, on Facebook. And now, the educated feet of Anita Vaughan. Oh my God! Inverted roundhouse kick right on the chin, catches Amira Blair flush. Could be out, somehow able to escape before the 3. Referee Matthew Terry is one of the best in the game, and he certainly has kept an eagle eye on this buried treasure matchup here. Amira Blair able to escape. Beautiful victory roll. Escape. Anita Vaughan to be wrapped up. 2 count only. Amira Blair has all the tricks in the book, and now Vaughan rolls right through, stacks the body up. A 2 count once again. Amira Blair goes behind, small package, rolls it. Oh, I think she was looking for the ropes as well. Give her a bit of leverage on Anita Vaughan, who sweeps the leg now. Goes for a pin of her own. 2 count once again. Man, the pace is relentless. Roll through it to the pin by Amira Blair. Gets it! Amira Blair gets Anita Vaughan, who was, dare I say, lollygagging in the middle of the ring, and Amira Blair has beaten Anita Vaughan. Amira Blair's good fortune continues. Anita Vaughan's bad luck certainly continues here at Colossus. The curse, unfortunately, continues as far as Anita Vaughan is concerned, and Amira Blair is building momentum as she will now dispatch herself to beautiful Las Vegas, looking to make an even bigger international impression. And it looks like it's going to be buried treasure for one half of this audience, and Anita Vaughan able to escape, and I have absolutely no idea what's going on here, but looks like the avian variety of fan is having a very good time. Anita Vaughan wants to show a bit of love, and rather kindly so, and a beautiful hug and an embrace from two magnificent women's wrestlers. A magnificent matchup, ladies and gentlemen. A real loving and sporting effort from Anita Vaughan. The curse continues, and meanwhile, Amira Blair has found buried treasure underneath the ring.
You're going to throw it on this side for me, please. That's mine, that's my head. You guys are going to throw this into the crowd for me, and everyone's going to cheer and be really happy and not steal from the children. So remember, everyone, best behavior, it's a kid show, I'm talking to you. Alright, ready? I'm going to get you guys up here because I actually realize you're too small. Okay?
You're gonna come up here with me? Oh, maybe careful with the standing. Is Mum and Dad there? Could you come and help just in case I drop your child? I didn't think of all the... Okay.
So guys, I want you to throw this as far as you can, guys. Oh, that's what. Off the child. I'm so sorry. I want you to throw this as far as you can for me. On this side, please. Please, for children. Thank you. I want to count of three. We're all going to throw this. You don't too many. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Amira next. Welcome back to Feed 'em to the Gulls. It is finally time for the matchup that we have been craving, and one individual in particular, AJ Randal, has been craving for some time now. Connor Mills, true grit, the very essence of violence in professional wrestling, will finally give SJ Randal what he wants, a one-on-one collision here at Feed 'em to the Gulls, and this has been quite the rivalry. As many people will say, especially as the Lassie Posse is concerned, this is indeed the rivalry, the story here at Colossus, ladies and gentlemen. True Grit versus the headliner. headliner. The very heart and soul. Or like he says, finally, SJ Randal has been itching for this opportunity. Desperate for this opportunity to face True Grit. There will be no more blindsiding. There will be no more ducking. This will be it. One-on-one. True Grit versus the headliner here at Feed 'em to the Gulls, representing Colossus. This is the rivalry that British wrestling needs to pay attention to, and this very well could be the baddest and nastiest matchup today here at Colossus. SJ Randal giving up a lot of age and a lot of experience to the younger but incredibly well-travelled and well-chiseled career of True Grit Connor Mills. But man, these are two men very much in their very best condition, in their very best form. You can see neither man has taken their eyes off each other. Colin elbow start for this matchup, and considering the bad blood, I'm very surprised by that. And SJ Randal backs Connor Mills into the corner. Clean break, says referee Matt Terry. And Connor Mills shoves him, and oh, there you go. There's the forearm shiver. And I thought it wouldn't take too long for these two to dissolve into a street fight, because that's exactly what they want. SJ Randal gets Connor Mills' very best shoulder tackle, and doesn't budge. Credit to him. And now, yeah, Connor Mills up to cross. He goes to the edge, getting feet. Look at the chop down. SJ Randal, Irish whip off the ropes. Looks the clothesline as the headliner. Oh my God! Turns Connor Mills inside out with a beautiful shoulder check and a lovely, almost super kick-esque drop kick right on the chin. And SJ Randal recognises that when he's got Connor Mills down, he better keep him down. Because if you give Connor Mills the opportunity to kick you in the face, you're going to be in real trouble real quickly. Randal with a European uppercut to Connor Mills. And don't expect any drawn quarters here, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a thumping pile driver of a matchup here in Fanet. And now SJ Randal obviously referring to Connor Mills' streak here at Pro Wrestling Colossus, making an example of younger talents, taking liberties, dare I say, with some of the young trainees and talents for the Fanet Pro Wrestling Academy, which SJ Randal has helped build alongside trainers TK Cooper and Jordon. Breaks Irish whip into the corner, and now a big scoop slam up into the power slam position, and the power slam is delivered by SJ Randal to Connor Mills. 2 count only, says referee Matt Terry. SJ Randal, chin lock applied, has control of Connor Mills, and exactly what the game plan must have been coming in. Keeping Connor Mills on the ground, maintaining some distance for those educated feet. Do not allow Connor Mills to get to his feet and start swinging for the fences with those educated legs, otherwise bad things are going to happen. European uppercut once again. SJ Randal keeping the pressure and the pain on Connor Mills, and that just drives his head into the top turnbuckle. Oh, look how exposed turnbuckle. Referee Matt Terry, not sure if he was aware of that. Could necessarily be considered a disqualification. Obviously, will give these two men the benefit of the doubt now. SJ Randal looking to rain down some blows on True Grit here at Fanet's finest of Colossus. Well, dare I say, if you're phonetically challenged, you could have fit another strike in there, but ultimately, that doesn't really matter. Sent into the turnbuckle now. A back suplex with aplomb applied by SJ Randal to Connor Mills, who's able to escape once again. And I've got to say, it has been all SJ Randal. Maybe that's why Connor Mills has been ducking the headliner for months now, because he just didn't want all of this ferocity coming at him. But Connor Mills able to escape. Waistlock, go behind, switch by, oh lovely sweep out. Now Connor Mills applies the ankle lock, but SJ Randal has scouted, rolls right over and counters the pressure. Builds up a head of steam. Connor Mills escapes. Vicious forearm strike. And through, oh my God, just pins the rope right back into SJ Randal. And now, oh my God, a collision like no other as he stuffs his boot right down the face of SJ Randal. Connor Mills may have knocked him clean the F out. Oh my God. And credit to SJ Randal able to get his shoulder out. That would have knocked out any standard man on the streets. Maximum fartation delivered by Connor Mills, and now straight to the prone SJ Randal. And I will be hard pushed in the hundreds of matches I've called in British professional wrestling. Dare I say thousands. I've never seen anyone stick their foot in someone's face like Connor Mills just did to SJ Randal. I mentioned the educated feet and how dangerous it is to let Connor Mills. Oh, good God almighty. Just grapevining that leg, and he's not meant to bend that way, and he is looking to, quite frankly, disable SJ Randal. He will be very happy if SJ Randal can't even leave this arena of his own accomplishment. And now, good God, I just PKing that knee, and that leg is going to get knotted up real quick, and the lesions and the blood and everything is going to rush. Trust me, I know what it's like being in there, taking kicks from people with that level of ferocity. Nothing quite like Connor Mills, though. There is nothing that can prepare you for that level of violence. Once again, using those educated feet, using the ropes, and whether you like Connor Mills or not, this is a very cerebral, dangerous, mentally acquired athlete. I talk about mental acumen so much. Knife edge chop, quite frankly, almost knocks SJ Randal's pectorals into the fourth row. Looking for a hat trick. One more. Asked Connor Mills, rather sarcastically, like he cares what the Lossy Posse thinks. And now, just a right hand knockout blow to SJ Randal. And well, I'll tell you what, he almost got a free count, and he only had one foot on the chest of SJ Randal. Maybe if he'd taken it a little bit more seriously and pinned him in that more properly, he might have got him. And now looking, I do believe, for a variation on the Indian deathlock, grapevine in the legs around his own. And there you go, Indian deathlock applied by Connor Mills. Referee Matt Terry is in perfect position, asking SJ Randal if he wants to quit. SJ Randal has never quit anything in his life. You don't get to be a headliner by quitting after the first fall. And wow, that is a violent overhead knife edge chop. And that Connor Mills asked for a break. Even though it's Connor Mills, he still technically has the death of the block. The mind games, the attitude from Connor Mills coming into this as he looks to build up a head of steam, looking for the handstand, ladies and gentlemen. Backslide applied by SJ Randal. Connor Mills escapes, 2 count only, and now, oh look out, Marcus Straw, cradle applied by SJ Randal. Hitting predicament, 2 count only. Connor Mills almost got caught short there, and now SJ Randal into the corner. Irish whip out of corner, reversed by Connor Mills. Up and over goes SJ Randal into the small package, rolls up. Connor Mills, and now Connor Mills was waiting ready. Double leg takedown. Escapes, but oh wow, look at that transition straight into an ankle lock out of the pinning predicament. Jesus, good God almighty. Did you hear the thud of Connor Mills' foot against the neck, or dare I say maybe the chin of SJ Randal? And I cannot believe SJ Randal. Connor Mills, I think, has had enough. The fun and games are over, and now he is looking to pursue and apply serious hurt to SJ Randal, and a stiff roundhouse kick to the chest, and once again another, and looking to knot up that right pectoral, and now just cranking in the neck, gouging at the eyes. Connor Mills with absolutely no respect for referee Matthew Terry's authority. Lossy Posse are witnessing a violent and vicious affair, but I'll tell you what, SJ Randal, big overhand knife edge chop has met Connor Mills every step of the way in this violent one-on-one collision here in Pro Wrestling Colossus. Irish whip reversal, clothesline out of the corner. SJ Randal explodes, and despite being much older than Connor Mills, and despite not having the level of pedigree and experience that Connor Mills has, he has made up for that with heart, with fight, with desire, and hard-hitting nature. SJ Randal has given Connor Mills the fight of his life so far here at Feed 'em to the Gulls. Now Connor Mills looking to tee off, not much pepper on those strikes, which is a surprise considering what Connor Mills is all about. And SJ Randal able to counter through all of that. Snake eyes delivered. Builds up ahead of Steve and a big boot of his own. Colliding with the skull of Connor Mills. SJ Randal, the hometown hero, found its own and a beautiful flying senton. Collision, pinfall, 2 counts, says referee Matthew Terry. The energy that these guys have expended. I think about the energy I've expended just calling this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Just think about what it has taken out of both of these competitors. Fireman's carry. SJ Randal seems to be absolutely relentless, like a rabid pit bull. And now, speaking of rabid, Connor Mills able to escape, and a chop block takes down SJ Randal, wiping out the left leg, and that is bad news. A bad wheel against Connor Mills, pretty much. Oh, good God almighty. There's Haluva, and then it's just straight up hell, which is what that kick was, and a vicious inverted fisherman suplex onto the head, and SJ Randal somehow is still able to escape. Connor Mills, my God, when he kicks in to that extra gear, it goes beyond fast and furious. It becomes violence personified, and True Grit is trying to damn near decapitate SJ Randal's career here in front of his hometown, his friends, his family, and everyone in between from the Lossy Posse here at St. John's Church and Community Centre. Forearm shivering. Connor Mills basically saying, bring your very best, both men. This has been a rivalry based on posturing, based on pure testosterone. And SJ Randal delivers a violent forearm strike of his own. Connor Mills once again delivering that forearm shiver. Things are getting real nasty, real quick here. This is basically a downtown saloon bar fight, ladies and gentlemen. The Wild West is open for business. Both men teeing off. Connor Mills with that big boot just separates SJ Randal from reality for a moment. Once again, picks him back up and says, get up so I can deliver more damage. And my God, that was a precision drone strike-like target as he stuffed his boot once again right to the chin of SJ Randal. Connor Mills is feeling himself as he built up ahead of steam. Oh dear, bad news. SJ Randal was able to escape. Connor Mills finds himself trapped in a very trio row-like position. Referee Matthew Terry helping him escape. What the hell is Connor Mills doing? Hands off of Matt Terry, come on! Connor Mills doing exactly what he was doing there. SJ Randal built up ahead of steam, and Connor Mills was looking for the easy way out, a low blow, and oh my God, SJ Randal says, how about you get the medicine of your own? True Grit right between the plums. Connor Mills gets exactly what's coming to him. SJ Randal hands him up. Oh my God, the F5 delivered with a plum. But ultimately, it will all count for nothing if SJ Randal cannot drape an arm over Connor Mills and finish this matchup. And referee Matthew Terry drags himself to the shoulders for the pinfall. And Connor Mills, due to pure luck, dare I ask, has been able to drape a foot over the ropes and create a break of pinfall. Delivered an absolute home run straight to Connor Mills. Connor Mills didn't even have the strength to get his shoulder off the canvas, but you've got to give him credit. Ring positioning, awareness or not, he's able to get his foot on the ropes, and that created a break. And look at Connor Mills, is absolutely out on his feet, punch drunk, he's up on the shoulder. Oh, look out, escapes, oh no, bad news, drags SJ Randal to the middle ring. Ankle lock has been applied. Beating SJ Randal is not good enough for Connor Mills. He wants to break his ankle. He wants him to submit. He will not be happy, until he submits SJ Randal, until he makes him break in front of his friends and family here at St. John's Church and Community Centre in Vaughan.
Check it!
Oh no, SJ Randal. Oh, I thought SJ Randal was going to be out for the count, but SJ Randal somehow digs deep and finds some adrenaline, finds some heart, finds some soul to continue the fight. Counters, roll up, small package, roll up. Oh my God, 2 count only, says referee back to, oh man, knockout blow. Look how handstands incoming like a precision bullet right between the eyes. And Conor Mills has beaten SJ Randal clean in this grudge match of all grudge matches. Well, it was SJ Randal who for months wanted this matchup, and dare I say, if it wasn't for the unfortunate positioning, may very well have beaten Conor Mills, but unfortunately for SJ Randal, Conor Mills delivered the artillery-like strike, and it is Conor Mills who has planted SJ Randal right back to the beginning of TPW and picks up a win here at Pro Wrestling Colossus. And the Lossy Posse is left to pick up the pieces of what is left of SJ Randal after a valiant and magnificent losing effort to Conor Mills. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pro Wrestling Colossus presents Feed 'em to the Gulls. Here's an individual who should be fed to the Gulls, let's be honest. The centerpiece, David Francisco. Every bit the technical professional wrestling excellence you'd expect from someone of his quality and his training background. However, the attitude beggars belief. Francisco running his mouth as per usual, deciding to take a little tour, and once again, zero respect for the Lossy Posse here at a sold-out St. John's Church Community Centre. Colossus has been terrorised by the attitude of David Francisco, who made a serious example, of course. David Francisco, he's just raw with attitude, and the more wins that he picks up, the more insufferable he becomes as an individual here at Pro Wrestling Colossus. And you know, the signs make up a real lifeblood of what the Lossy Posse is about. Dave Francisco has absolutely no respect for anybody here at Pro Wrestling Colossus, much less our magnificent fans. And well, a world-class athlete with a world-class attitude. Francisco extremely happy with his disgraceful attitude, and there Francisco enjoying the scent of his own disposition. And whether you like it or not, Francisco has labelled this matchup the David Francisco Fan It Open Challenge, despite the fact that we already know that he will be facing an exciting young debutant here tonight.
I see someone decided to go on YouTube once and see, what is the champ C saying? I want to be cool. You look so ridiculous when using words like that. Yeah, you're laughing at yourselves, as you should. You're too old to even know what aura means. Listen, I don't understand the negativity, because I'm trying to do something good for you. Really, I know, listen. I've been around, I understand, it's marketing. You don't have a lot of good things going, right? So sensitive. I mean, it's true. You got like 2 good months, a joke of a Thorpe Park, I have no idea what that is, and then everything else is just cold and miserable. So I understand that you have to take it out on me, that I'm the bigger person, and I'm going to respond with kindness, alright? I noticed last time I was here that you were just needing something, and then I noticed when I walked out that I was the thing that you were missing. So what I've done is kindly offer you the possibility of seeing David Francisco, the centerpiece, make Colossus revolve around me by having a and try to challenge me to try and get a little bit of my spotlight, because I'm just a good guy like that. Also, listen, that is the most stupid shit I've ever heard. The most aggressive thing you have around you is a freaking seagull shows how small Margate really is. The graphic came out, but I have no idea who it is because honestly I don't recognize it. Is this TV? Do we have someone telling you what to do? Is that funny? Absolute joke. I have no idea who's focus. I have no idea who's about to come out. I think the graphic was out and I was stacked, but honestly, I don't really pay attention to anybody that's back there because no one can touch that heel right there. So, yeah, I know, sexy, right? So whoever is about to come out and try to challenge me, I dare you!
Well, mercifully, the talking portion of Pro Wrestling Colossus is over. Ladies and gentlemen, we already know who will answer the open challenge. Dave Francisco knows all too well who he's facing. The arrogance of this man is absolutely unfathomable at this point. Dave Francisco, whether you like it or not, is very much the technical excellence of professional wrestling. The Dark Rooke, Christopher Law, makes his debut here at Pro Wrestling Colossus, and this is going to be a very unusual and interesting matchup. And dare I say, Dave Francisco may find himself in over his head because the Wicked One himself, Wicked Rooke, Christopher Law, is on his way to the ring. Christopher Law, as you can imagine, extremely unsettling, but extremely popular here with the Lossy Posse. And Christopher Law from the Dark Carnival, a sideshow attraction for most of his life, finally gets to be a big main event level attraction, and he's going to face somebody with a main event level pedigree in the centerpiece. David Francisco seems to be far more obsessed with what people think of him here in Pro Wrestling Colossus.
Say one word. Say one word.
Well, that technically counts as a word, I suppose, especially in the Dark Carnival. Christopher Law. I'm not even sure if that's entirely human, frankly, what I'm seeing, but nonetheless, Dave Francisco, I think, is slightly unhinged by what he's seen. He's not used to this.
We're going to inform you it's broken. This costs more than your rent. Shut up.
Well, that being said, Dave Francisco taking his sweet time and, dare I say, just taking a little time to survey the area, to understand the opponent. Whether you like Francisco or not, he very much enjoys what he does. And I believe we have a wardrobe malfunction from Portugal's finest. This seems to be extremely unfortunate. I think Dave Francisco is having a little bit too much fun. Well, Francisco, I think, has just had enough of this audience, and maybe he's going to take a moment to adjust himself in the wardrobe here Hudson Johnson. Oh, here comes David Francisco once again, minus his wonderful jacket. I'd say that jacket gets more love than... If I say that, I'll probably get a chop. It's family friendly after all, ladies and gentlemen, but Christopher Law. Of course, he's called the Wicked Rooke, and for anybody who's interested in the myth and the folklore around a rook, but of course, if it abandons its home, it's meant to be a bad omen for death and disaster in that area, and he seems to have abandoned his home in search of fame and fortune in the professional wrestling circus, ladies and gentlemen. Very much a dark carnival in its own right for a lot of people. Oh, the feathers seems to have fallen off, and I couldn't get near Christopher Law in the build-up to this matchup, but a lot of people said to me those feathers aren't just some fashion icon, they aren't just some sort of add-on, some interesting accoutrement to the professional wrestling circus that is Christopher Law. They very much belong to the flesh and bone of the Wicked Rooke. We're going to find out whether it adds any professional wrestling acumen. And now Christopher Law escapes, and I do believe some mind games are settling in. I think Dave Francisco is taken back by the sheer, unsteady, nervous disposition that Christopher Law creates when he enters the room. Obviously, here in Margate, the Fanic community, the Lost Posse, they love themselves something a little bit different, something a little bit exciting. Let's not forget, last time out here, following elbow time, as Dave Francisco applies a headbutt. Last time out here at Pro Wrestling Colossus, don't point out that Dave Francisco stole one off of Alex Aces. Now, beautiful leapfrog by Christopher Law, looks to try and trip up Dave Francisco, flying cross body. Holy cow, he picked up some speed there, did he ever? Straight out of the balcony of the abandoned Winter Gardens, Christopher Law has arrived here at St. John's Church and Community Centre, looking to make the good on the omens of the rook that left its nest, and now looking to take flight at the expense of David Francisco and feed him to the Gulls. And Christopher Law will know all about a seagull or two on his travels, and the Dark Carnival has finally found its way to Colossus, and that headlock is applied with vicious aplomb. Quite the plumage on display here by Christopher Law.
Off the hang, out the corner. 4-5-5,
Some say Christopher Law is a bird parading in a human body, gallivanting at the expense of mankind, and that is a vicious forearm shiver, whether you may be bird or man, that will incapacitate you regardless. And now Dave Francisco, after the cheap shot, is now looking to waylay and stomp a mud hole, walking it dry across Christopher Law. Dave Francisco has taken his eye off the ball and given Christopher Law enough time to build momentum, and whether he's looking to take off or not, he will certainly be looking to make quite the landing at the expense of Dave Francisco. And now, vicious knife edge chop and counters Francisco once again, and Francisco is having a hard time dealing with Christopher Law, but cuts him off in the pass there, were punched in the midsection, and now, look out, potentially I think double chop there. I think Dave Francisco was just mesmerised by the sheer sight of the Wicked Rooke, and Christopher Law now. Tell you what, very unorthodox professional wrestling offense, and Dave Francisco recognised ring awareness. He got to give him credit. That's why he's the centerpiece. Recognised that Christopher Law was looking to take flight and escaped at the back door. And I don't think Dave Francisco is going to find much in the way of sympathy as he works his way through the Lossy Posse. mocking the fact that Dave Francisco has a lack of aura. A few people who seem to like Dave Francisco, and not many of them, but they certainly are audible. And God's name is Christopher Lord, just stalking Dave Francisco. And I don't think Francisco is enjoying being stalked through the audience as he is right now. And Dave Francisco almost lost in the darkness here at St. John's Church and Community Centre, and being stalked by the wicked Rooke himself.
I'm being stopped by the police.
Dave Francisco says call the police. Unfortunately, well, if you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, this is a professional wrestling show. This is not a horror movie, but it certainly feels like it's got the uneasy nature of what Dave Francisco looking at cheap jar and gets caught once again, courtesy of those wicked hands, those vicious claws, those talons, and oh my God, a violent spine buster into the side of the ring. And now Francisco drop kicks Christopher Law right through the middle rope. Dave Francisco has drawn the ire of this audience. Referee McIntyre is checking on the wicked Rooke, Christopher Law. And Christopher Law, a freak-born 35-year-old who has made one hell of an account for himself so far, could very well be in trouble, and it looks like more and more feathers are starting to fall. Frankly, David Francisco will pluck this poor soul dry if he has the opportunity. Francisco mocking referee Matt, he's trying to bring some semblance of order to this one-on-one matchup. One will do a finish. Standard professional wrestling rules applied. Looking to completely disable the wingspan of Christopher Law. This could be bad news. You could very well have dislocated, or at least, at the very least, hyperextended the shoulder blade. The shoulder, you could tear or rotate off. There's any number of things that could happen there. That is a violent collision. And now, Dave Francisco, I do believe, has had enough of the fun. He's had enough of the games, and he's now looking to dismantle and continue what is, frankly, a very aggressive looking run here in Pro Wrestling Colossus. Suplex applied perfectly by the centerpiece to Christopher Law. Pinfall attempt to count, says referee Matt Terry. Once again, I'll tell you what, a flightless bird is a bird, frankly, ready to be preyed upon, and that is what the centerpiece Dave Francisco has done. He has plucked this bird from the sky. He is grounded, and now Francisco can pick apart what is left of the corpse of the wicked Rooke. And this is bad news for Christopher Law. You can hear the roar from the Lossy Posse, the screeches of approval, the cries for the Birdman of Fanet. Christopher Law using every single bit of the energy, the heart and soul. And now Irish whip out the corner. Reversed by Francisco. Vicious whiplash effect. And now just stamping right on the side of his head is David Francisco.
We're having a lot of fun, won't we?
Francisco certainly seems to be having a lot of fun. I think he's made us up around for fun. Is dismantling and disabling opponents. San Francisco likes hurting the heroes of the Lossy Posse. Good for a big old knife-edge chop, and Christopher Law crashes to the canvas below.
Come on! This is what we want, isn't it? We're having a lot of fun and games, weren't we? And we're having so much fun!
Francisco, I'll tell you what, whether you like it or not, is a absolute specimen in the game of professional wrestling. That scoop slam there certainly proves it, but lovely handstand to the outside. A lot of showing off, a lot of hot dogging here by Francisco. Now ascends to the top rope, and Christopher Law catches him flush, and Francisco, not very smart from him, taking his time, and he gets sent crashing down to the canvas below, courtesy of the wicked Rooke. And Francisco backing off into the corner. Christopher Law taking a measurement of his surroundings, and I do believe he's going to look to deliver a big old wicked splash in the corner. The Irish whip back into the other corner, looking potentially to hit the wicked splash once again. I think he's looking to build up a head of steam, and he does so indeed. Wow, talk about the elevation coming out of the corner there, and that wicked splash delivered with a plum. And now it's David Francisco who finds himself prone in the middle of the ring, and I get that Christopher Law is looking to enjoy this moment, but he needs to get up there and he needs to get up there quick. He took his sweet time, and Francisco cuts him off in the pass. Unsurprising, I told you, it took way too long to Christopher Law. That's the inexperience and the uninitiated. Now, I do believe that Christopher Law is having a bit of fun. Feels like he's flying at the expense of David Francisco. But what the hell is going on here? He puts him down, and now, look out, DDT flush in the middle of the ring.
Just two.
Well, only two, says referee Matt Terry, but a vicious DDT nonetheless. Gotta give him credit. I'll tell you what, Christopher Law hanging in here very nicely, going the distance with Dave Francisco, who, by the way, is Dave Francisco claiming there's an injury to his neck, asking referee Matt Terry to check it out.
Just landed my neck.
For the German Christopher Law, obviously wants to continue this matchup. Referee Matt Terry says we need to create separation so that we can check Dave Francisco, who's claiming to have a neck injury here in this one-on-one contest, and you'll excuse me if I don't particularly find too much belief in what Francisco is trying to do, and that's exactly why. And unfortunately for him, Corvid's claw has caught David Francisco flush in the game of cheating. You can't switch the Dark Carnival back, but a kick to the midsection certainly will slow him down. And an Irish whip into the corner. David Francisco builds up out of steam, catches that boot coming in. And now, oh no, look out, looking potentially, I think, for a powerbomb position, and delivers one with vicious aplomb. Powerbomb in the middle of the ring, and somehow the wicked one himself, Christopher Law, is able to get his shoulder off the canvas, and I think Francisco has had enough and is looking to apply a centerpiece finish to this matchup. Position, trap position for Dave Francisco. Once again, Christopher Law recognises the danger that he's in, looking to escape. Oh my God, a spinning back fist absolutely clattered the dome of Christopher Law, who somehow is again able to escape, and a short arm clothesline delivered to David Francisco, and he's Christopher Law going to deliver an upset like no other here at Pro Wrestling Colossus and knock off David Francisco. Oh, look out. Big old splash attempt there. Nobody home for Christopher Law, and a Claymore kick to the face, courtesy of the centerpiece. Oh boy, look out. Time for the ruckus. Look out, delivered with aplomb. The ruckus for the centerpiece, and David Francisco dispatches the wicked Rooke, Christopher Law. Ultimately, this came down to a matter of the small things. The Rookery's flight was missed. And of course that meant that David Francisco was able to regain control with the ruckus, and that means that your winner here this afternoon is of course David Francisco, the centerpiece, to notch another one in the win column. And you've got to think that slowly but surely David Francisco is making a case to be the man here in Pro Wrestling Colossus. Like it or lump it, the centerpiece is here to stay. Want to stay with us focus because we have just one more matchup. A six-pack scramble matchup is incoming here in our main event of Feed 'em to the Gulls. But one more time, it's David Francisco who picks up a win here at Pro Wrestling Colossus. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Feed 'em to the Gulls. It is time for your main event here at Lossie, and it is indeed a six-man scramble match. Oh boy, I'm exhausted, ladies and gentlemen. But I'll tell you what, exhausted. He looks like he's fired out of a cannon. The ever popular Alex Aces last time out, very unlucky not to secure a win over the centerpiece Dave Francisco, looking to right that wrong here at Feed 'em to the Gulls here at Lossie in front of, indeed, the Lossie posse. Alex Aces is ready to go. The Wanderer has found his way back to Colossus. Alex Aces is in the main event of Feed 'em to the Gulls. He's got to get past 5 other individuals in what is sure to be the most mental scramble of all time. Loving the sing-along for the Lossie posse. What a magnificent bunch you have been here this afternoon at St. John's Church and Community Centre. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we will be returning on May 17th for Troubled Waters. You can get more tickets right now by Pro Wrestling Colossus, and oh boy, this is going to be exciting because, yes indeed, somebody that Anita Vaughan, who we saw earlier, knows very, very well as a tag team partner, one half of Hyperactive, ladies and gentlemen, Safire Reed, one of the most exciting wrestling prospects in the world today. 2024 was the breakout year. 2025 has just continued that trajectory. Safire Reed, rightfully so, considered one of the very best in the world today, rapidly becoming every bit the megastar we expected for the day we saw her. Next up, for the scramble match, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. It's a return, ladies and gentlemen, since our very first outing at Colossus for this man, somebody I know better than most. Feed 'em to the Gulls indeed. He absolutely has no idea what a seagull is, because this man lives in prosperity and excellence. Take this is greatness. Get out of the way indeed, because Tate Mayfairs has arrived, the international icon of professional wrestling. Talk about the personification of excellence. Tate Mayfairs, whether you like him or you love him, is truly one of the best walking this earth.
Excuse me. Six-person scramble match is actually a conspiracy out to get me. I don't like those odds. I don't like those odds one bit. This is not a fair place to listen. I'm just wondering, maybe you want to join me and help me with...
Well, that might have been a mistake from Tate Mayfairs.
Hey. You're a gambling man, you're a betting man. Look at them. Listen, what's your name again?
That'll be Alex Aces.
Alex Aces. Yeah, I like you, Alex. I like you a lot, you know. I was wondering You know, gambling man, you know how to improve your odds. How about help me win? Yeah, nice easy night for me, and I'll give you a free Tate Mayfairs t-shirt available after the show for £25.
Tell you what, that's quite the offer.
You can have it for free if you help me win. What do you say?
Free t-shirt. Alex Ace is being offered, quite frankly.
I'm gonna say yes.
Because Alex Ace is going to take such a valuable offer.
Is it high quality?
It's high quality. It's soft style. Available in all sizes: small, medium, large, double XL. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Not in your life.
Oh, Alex Ace is not a man who can be bought. Tate Mayfairs, maybe if he'd offered a lanyard, maybe a couple of t-shirts, maybe even some stylised shorts. Apparently a t-shirt is not enough to look like Alex Aces in this six-person scramble. Tate Mayfairs obviously, oh boy.
That's a bad reaction.
Looks like the fun and games are over here because here comes Kris Hope, ladies and gentlemen, very well known in these parts. And there's a reason that he's called Kris Hope. Look at the goddamn size of it. Meaty specimen indeed. The protein factory is open for business, ladies and gentlemen. Kris Hope has arrived. Once again, in Colossus. Sporting a cracking singlet, might I add. Tate Mayfairs was looking to... What's going on now?
Stop playing the music. I want to talk here. Turn it on for me. And he's got to the mic. Shut your one job to do this. Wait. Hey. So, these guys are losers, okay? Loser one, big loser number one. You have potential. 6-person scramble match. I won't hit you, I won't hurt you. You help me win, and you get a free Tate Mayfairs t-shirt available for £25 after the show. You get it free.
I'm beginning to think he might be selling some t-shirts there. They are fantastic t-shirts, to be fair, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously available via Tate Mayfairs social media if you're watching this.
I think I'll take the t-shirt.
Kris Hope is a buyer. He's bought in, and Tate Mayfairs has some backup here in what is supposed to be a match for every person for themselves. I apologise, of course, ladies and gentlemen. I said it was a 6-man scramble. It's a 6-person scramble because intergender wrestling is good ting, and intergender wrestling is very much part of the order of play here at Pro Wrestling Colossus. Oh boy, he's big, he's bad, but he's the biggest country I'll ever see, ladies and gentlemen. Big Ben MacDonald is in the house, and dare I say, I'll have to be a little biased as a man who's tagged with Big Ben MacDonald in the past, who has had the pleasure of being on the road with Big Ben MacDonald. They don't come much bigger, they don't come much badder, they don't come much cooler, frankly, and do not be fooled by the size. This is one athletic hombre here at Lossie. Mixed reaction, of course, from the Lossie posse, but...
Big country
size personified, ladies and gentlemen. Big Ben MacDonald, the X Factor in, oh boy. You will be very well to do to mind yourself. Oh God, here we go.
If I know one thing, it's potential.
The adults are talking.
Now, I don't know if you've met Safire Reed. But Safire Reed is a loser. And ace of spades over here, but he is a loser. Obviously, great professional wrestler to ever walk planet Earth.
Google certified, might I add.
I'm laying the table here. How would you like to help me win? Yeah? I won't hit you, I won't hurt you. You help me win, and I don't know if you've seen it, my Tate Mayfairs t-shirt available for £25.
So quite a few people
Yes or no?
are behind the business strategies to take
You
Mayfairs.
said you've got all sizes.
All sizes.
Even 4XL?
We've got double XL. We can cut it up, give it a little crop top. It's very in right now. Very in.
Man, fashion as well. Oh, Big Ben MacDonald has been swayed. Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that means that Tate Mayfairs has cut a deal, so to speak. That means that Tate Mayfairs, Big Ben MacDonald and Kris seem to be all on the same page. It was supposed to be a 6-person scramble match. Every man or woman for themselves, apparently not. Here comes the final addition to this qualifier, ladies and gentlemen. A man that I again know very well. This is an exciting debut because the Wolf of Broad Street, Mr. Multiversal, the 8-7's crown jewel, Alexander Roth, has arrived in Thanet, looking to take aim and collect a priceless win in this 6-person scramble main event. Oozing charisma, oozing boss man ting is Alexander Roth. The energy, the charisma is palpable whenever the 8-7 is in the house, and a lot of that has to do with what Alexander Roth has been bringing to the pie for the best part of a decade or more in professional wrestling, and in my estimation, one of the most well-rounded professional wrestlers in the history of the sport. Heaving with charisma, heaving with potential, and a man who has picked up gold everywhere he has gone. Alexander Roth is quite literally the one-man army of charisma and devastation. He never met a camera that didn't make him look good, and he sure as hell never met a challenge that he didn't like to take on.
What, you want to join? No. You want to change your mind? Okay.
Not again. Not
Listen,
feeling.
Roth, hey, I don't actually need your help. Okay, I've actually got 2 big guys over here. They're helping me win this 6-person scramble match.
Big guy, he says.
But before I came out, you did interrupt me. You did walk in on me on the toilet.
That's true.
I think you're a fan. So I love you the same as these guys. Jordon, you can help me win.
Average.
He did say he was available full size.
Help me win, beat up these 2 losers, off we go, down the pub, down the beach, free t-shirt in it, what do you say? Yeah.
Come on, Roth.
Oh yes.
What t-shirt is it first?
Well, it's the brand new Tate Mayfairs, greatest professional wrestlers ever walked planet Earth, Paisley Planet t-shirt, available for £25. You can have it for free.
Brilliant! I've got a something for free.
Well, that is how you open up a professional wrestling gambit. Here we go! Oh, good God almighty. Tell you what, I hope you got a good set of lungs. I hope I have as well, because ladies and gentlemen, the 6-person scramble is off and running. Alex Aces seems to have got himself a bit of Kris Oak. Tate Mayfairs has targeted Safire Reed. Tate Mayfairs looking to incapacitate and dissect Safire Reed here on the outside, and well, Now, as a videographer myself, I can appreciate how difficult it's going to be to keep up with the action. Meanwhile, in the ring, Alexander Roth chopping down the big old tree. And I'm not talking about Kris Rooke, I'm talking about Big Ben MacDonald, about Tate Mayfairs. But that alliance already paying dividends. And we're going to see just how far that extends as Big Ben MacDonald looks to take the advice of Tate Mayfairs. And who would have thought a t-shirt would be so alluring? It is a very sexy t-shirt, as I said. However, I can't really speak to the level of appendage that is available, courtesy of Tate Mayfairs. Tate Mayfairs directing traffic here, asks for the big whip. There's the big old country whip, and now Tate Mayfairs trap, exploder suplex over the top, goes Alexander Roth, and wow. MacDonald and Alex Aces for the drop kick, sends the big man to the outside, and now we're down to Tate Mayfairs and Alex Aces. Lovely counter, vicious European uppercut. Alex Aces, my God, the rise in excellence that he has shown over the last year begs belief. Stunning athleticism, flying over the top, big old atomic drop to Tate Mayfairs on what I'm told is an average appendage. The uppercut and a kip up, and now Kris Rooke is looking to take aim at Alex Aces, knows him all too well, cuts off that lariat, and nothing fancy about that, just a big old right hand that would knock out your grandmother's favourite soup bowl. And now, speaking of soup bones, Kris Rooke just running through Alex Aces. Safire is in, looking to chop down the mighty Oak himself. Springboard up to the second rope. Beautiful roaring back elbow. My God, Safire really is the complete package here in professional wrestling. Tate Mayfairs cuts her off, and six-person scramble, of course. One fall to a finish. Good Lord, right kick square to the chops. And now Safire not fooled by the fact that she might be slightly smaller in terms of her size to the other competitors. It's like a freight train. I certainly don't want none of that. And, oh God almighty. Tate Mayfair's boot certainly derailed that freight train. And now Tate Mayfairs is going to look to dissect Safire Kris Rooke and Big Ben MacDonald watching on.
Whip it together, double clothesline. Work
Tate Mayfairs.
every time. Get on this.
There's something to be said about making it so bleedingly obvious as to what you might be doing, and that is why Safire was able to escape. Lovely double drop kick wipes out Kris Rooke and Tate Mayfairs, and the kip up, and Matt Safire super popular as you would expect, especially here at Lothian. Oh boy, wow, the biggest and the smallest size disparity. Good God almighty, Ben MacDonald literally clotted Safire chin. And now a big train coming, big country splash in the corner. Dear God almighty, back breaker from downtown all the way from the farmlands. Tate Mayfairs loving what he sees. And just a one counter. Tate Mayfairs directing traffic here, asking Kris Rooke and Big Ben MacDonald to be on Safire, and the odds are extremely against Safire. These are two mammoth individuals, and frankly, this is destroying the spirit of this matchup. This is supposed to be every man and woman for themselves. Alex Ace is trying to help Safire, trying to bring some sort of order to the matchup, and meanwhile, poor Safire is getting dismantled. Ben MacDonald is enough to destroy anybody. The fact that Tate Mayfairs has been able to secure his services and Kris Rooke for the sake of a garment, for God's sake. Alexander Roth trying to get involved in, unfortunately. Tate Mayfairs, whether you like it or not, this is very smart, isolating what he sees as the weakest element. She isn't. She's ultimately a magnificent fighter, but that's not going to count for much when you've got three mahoosive gentlemen, especially with the tactical and mental acumen that Tate Mayfairs has acquired through years of excellence in this game. And now, Snapmare, PK, right across the back, and Safire being dismantled. And this is, well, frankly, it's nothing short of a gratuitous display of violence, courtesy of Tate Mayfairs, who's been sent in by the big boys. Mayfairs comes in, and oh man, Safire just crushed in the corner. Tate Mayfairs worldwide. Oh dear God almighty, and now we're going up the evolutionary scale of raw beef here as Kris Rooke is sent into poor Safire and crushed in the corner, and just a matter of time, frankly, before Safire Reed is going to be right for a pin.
A bigger splash! Send the big man in!
Oh, come on, that's enough. Like, Safire Reed is suffering enough here and sending in almost 400 pounds of big country, and good God almighty, Safire Reed has been turned into the proverbial pancake, courtesy of this unholy alliance between Tate, Mayfairs, Kris and Big Country Ben MacDonald. Just put the poor woman out of her misery. Choke slam incoming with ease, might I add. That's enough of that. Oh, now Kris looking for the pin, and Tate Mayfairs says, whoa, that's not part of the deal.
What are you doing? Trying to win. You want the t-shirt?
Oh, wait a minute, meanwhile, I'll tell you what.
What are you doing?
Tate Mayfairs, I think he's finding out that every man or woman for themselves can ultimately backfire when it comes to the grandest prize, which is winning the match. Tate Mayfairs, oh boy, inadvertently, Big Ben MacDonald, courtesy of Roth and Alex Aces, him and Kris crushed poor Tate Mayfairs in the middle, and now Tate Mayfairs, I think Alex Aces, Alexander Roth have realised, you know what? Why don't we just deal with this idiot first and then take care of business? Well, apparently there aren't enough t-shirts in the world to sway the charisma and the need of Alex Aces or Mr. Multiversal himself. Lead him to the Gulls indeed. It's not just the name of the show, it's ultimately the modus operandi of the Lossy Posse. And now we have an interesting dynamic here. Oh my God! Big Ben MacDonald just decapitated Alex Aces. Alex Roth was able to escape. Superman punch right to the chinner sends Big Country out of the ring, and Kris just flattens Alexander Roth in the middle of the ring. Look how good God Almighty! The headbutt to end all headbutts. The torpedo hyperactive strikes. Safire Reed just blasting him. And oh man, tilt-world backbreaker by Tate Mayfairs to Safire Reed. Alex Aces springboards into the ring. Sidesteps Tate Mayfairs coming in. Look out. Saito suplex applied by Alex Aces. And now Kris stalking the man himself. Spine buster right in the middle of the Lossy. Look out, Alexander Roth ducks the clothesline, puts on a head of steam and cuts Kris off with a meaty old spear. And now, old man, Big Ben MacDonald is in, and it's a Big Country slam right in the middle of the ring. And is Big Ben MacDonald going to put an end to these shenanigans? And Safire Reed is able to break up the fall. Oh, Safire Reed going in. Big Ben MacDonald ducks under again. Play chicken with the big man here, looking to lure him in. And oh boy, Big Ben MacDonald. Safire Reed pulled the ropes down. Big Ben MacDonald using his own momentum to take him to the outside. There's a big old brawl on the outside. And meanwhile, Safire Reed is ascending to the top rope and is looking to make quite the headline here. Big old splash wipes out everybody at the timekeeper's table. Safire Reed is on fire. One half of Hyperactive. I'm sure Anita Vaughan is having a really good time watching their tag partner in full effect. Shining wizard right around your face, Sunshine, and Tate Mayfairs countering that. Oh yeah, Tate Mayfairs going to look to pick the bones here. Matthew, oh my God almighty. Well, I don't know what happened there, but enough to break up the pinfall enough. I think maybe he was looking for a springboard. Oh, look at stunner. And Tate Mayfairs inverted landed on Kris Hogan. Poor Alex Aces. Seems to be in the walls, but that stunner was a beautiful collision. Look at frog splash. Being froggy. Alexander Roth is pinfall. Alexander Roth has pinned Tate Mayfairs, and Alexander Roth has picked up the win. Alexander Roth, how about that? Taking the statement very seriously in his debut here at Colossus, picks up the win. Chalk one up for Mr. Multiversal, a magnificent win. And how you can pick up a win in a match with that level of chaos, that shows his mental acumen. Congratulations to Alexander Roth, body strewn everywhere. Matt Raven, that shot's going to be working overtime. Of course, thank you so much to Matt Raven for all this magnificent imagery here at Pro Wrestling Colossus. You can check that all out on our social media. I think we're going to hear from Mr. Mayfairs himself.
My ribs. Look at that, man. When you stand there, I feel so much soul in my body. Oh, no good in my soul, it turns out. Anyway, Margate! Quick little story about Margate. I used to come in when I was little, had a whale all the time. Happy to be back. That was it. I didn't expect to win that match. I was waiting up there and I thought there'll be a moment here where I can jump on someone and it happened. 1, 2, 3, I'm the winner, right? With that said, I understand there's a guy here. That's the top guy, huh? That's the man. A certain guy called Jordon Breaks. Mixed reaction, I see. Interesting. Well, Jordan, I know you're back here somewhere. Oh, he's coming in here right now. I have a quick, come in here right now, please. Quick word of and we said this crowd won't come here. Come on, Jordan, let's go.
Alexander Roth is calling out the man of Pro Wrestling Colossus, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes Jordan Breaks. Never ever backed down from a fight in his life. He's certainly never backed down from a challenge. Jordan Breaks, ever popular. I say a mixed reaction, and earlier tonight, an inadvertent collision with TK Cooper, and some people I think are convinced that Jordan Breaks didn't do it on purpose, but I'd like to think Jordan Breaks has earned the benefit of the doubt. Handshake there.
I got you. You're the guy, probably I'm the guy now, I won the main event, right? That's right. So good. When I see it is, the next time I'm down here, the more universal Wilfred Bullshit Alexander Roth should probably face someone that looks a lot like you, Jordan Breaks. So, the challenge is there. If you're happy for a one-on-one contest with the Wilfred Bullshit, I'll be very privileged and honoured to have the opportunity, so.
Absolutely.
What a guy! What a guy!
I don't know if anyone said yet, but we do have a date for the next show. We do have a date.
Like dinner date.
Have you told them? I haven't told them. You haven't told them? I don't know. It's May 17th. And yeah, dude, me and you, let's do it. So good.
Well, it looks like May 17th, we are going to get one hell of a one-on-one contest, ladies and gentlemen. The Wolf of Broad Street, Mr. Mayfairs versus the technical ace. Oh my God! Alexander Roth! What in God's name are you doing, brother? A cheap shot, a Superman punch, just wipes out Jordan Breaks. I thought we were going to get the sportsmanlike.
And I hated it every single minute of the trapping down. Every minute.
Come on, Roth. Like, I understand competition, but this is too much. I cannot believe Alexander Roth would do this. Dear God almighty, Alexander Roth now. Oh, wait a minute, Jordan Breaks. Oh, look, I think he was looking for maybe a pile driver, but Jordan Breaks is fighting with all his life from underneath. And now, oh boy, a brawl is about to break out here. Jordan Breaks is not going to stand here and take Alexander Roth's nonsense, but a Superman punch again cuts off the man here in Colossus. Alexander Roth believes that this is now his territory, that he wants to be the man.
You get out of here, Roth. What the hell I do?
Chuck Member and TK Cooper have come down to try and restore some order, but I do wonder what took Sunshine Machine so long after that assault. It looks like Chuck Membo certainly has an issue, and Chuck Membo running Alexander Roth out of town, and well, despite look out, and TK Cooper Take down to help her. Jordon breaks is saying, what took you so long, I imagine? And Dick Aiken saying, look, at the end of the day, we're here now, that's all that matters. And Chuck Mambo is trying to calm the storm here between these two.
I think you guys should shake hands. Put it all behind. Yeah, all right.
Chuck Mambo asking for both men to shake hands. And there you go, there's the handshake, that's enough. Doesn't look exactly like it's mended the fence entirely, but nonetheless, the Sunshine Machine and Jordon breaks on the same page for now.